Before understanding about the pathological conditions and the important points about constipation, let me tell you about GI tract. See, to understand constipation, we have to understand the GI tract, starting from the buccal cavity. Okay, starting from buccal cavity. Just imagine this is buccal cavity. From here, this is mouth. Okay, buccal cavity. From here, we have pharynx, larynx, and we have esophagus, stomach, duodenum, small intestines, and large intestines, right? ये सब चीज़ अपने को ऑलरेडी पता है. स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन, लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन, इलियम, कोलन, रेक्टम एंड फाइनली एनस. सी, सब लोग ध्यान दो यहाँ पे. इन gastrointestinal tract we have two types. I mean, two types means it is divided into two phases. The first phase, which is called upper gastrointestinal tract. The upper gastrointestinal tract contains buccal cavity, pharynx, larynx, esophagus and stomach. Till here, the buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus and stomach, all these are coming under upper gastrointestinal tract. Clear, everybody? So what is the importance of upper gastrointestinal tract is upper gastrointestinal tract helps in ingestion of food items. Ingestion means intake. Okay, through buccal cavity we take all food items. Okay, so first important function of upper gastrointestinal tract is it helps in ingestion of food items, and number two, it also helps in digestion. These are two very very important functions of upper GIT. And in lower GIT, what we have duodenum, the other parts of small intestines, large intestines, colon, rectum. They are the parts of large intestine only, and finally anus. So these are the different parts of lower gastrointestinal tract. Now, what is the function of lower gastrointestinal tract? Lower gastrointestinal tract is very important in two functions. It has two functions. Number one, it helps in absorption of all gastric contents or all required substances what we have taken. In the esophagus, in the buccal cavity, esophagus and in the stomach, what happened? All the required substances, the food items are ingested, they are mixed together, bolus is formed and it helps in digestion. Okay, all these things are digested in till duodenum or till stomach. And from duodenum and small intestines, what happens? The lower gastrointestinal tract helps mainly in absorption of all digested particles. And number two, it also helps in drying of feces. अब देखो, in esophagus, stomach, duodenum and till small intestines, the gastrointestinal contents are semi-solid or they are in liquid form. They are in semi-solid form and they are in liquid form. But as the gastric contents passes from the duodenum, small intestine and in the large intestine, when it comes to the colon and rectum, all the gastric contents will be solidified. They will be solidified. Why these contents are solidified? Because the lower gastrointestinal tract is increasing the absorption of all fluids, all liquids, electrolytes, water and everything, and it is drying the fecal matter. Okay, these are two, absorption and drying of fecal matter are the two important functions of lower gastrointestinal tract. इसके अलावा दूसरे भी है, but these are very important with respect to constipation. These are the functions. Clear, everybody? अब देखो, to move the gastric contents from one place to the other place, एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाने के लिए what we need is we need peristalsis, which is called peristaltic movement. Peristalsis. The movement of gastric contents from one area to the other area is called peristalsis. And see, this peristalsis is maintained by autonomic nervous system. This peristalsis is maintained by autonomic nervous system, and in autonomic nervous system mainly peristalsis is maintained by cholinergic nervous system or cholinergic nerves. Why peristalsis is maintained by cholinergic nerves? Because particularly in the GI smooth muscles, which contracts and which causes peristalsis contains muscarinic receptors, and these muscarinic receptors in the smooth muscles of GI tract is activated or stimulated by acetylcholine or cholinergic neurotransmitters. When those muscarinic receptors in the GI smooth muscles are stimulated, what happens? What happens? They will increase the peristaltic movement. Am I right? तो देखो अब देखो, if anybody, if any patient increases or elevates in acetylcholine action, if any patient increases acetylcholine action, what happens? अगर किसी भी पेशेंट में acetylcholine action बढ़ गया तो क्या होता? Anybody from the class? Exactly, peristaltic movement ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. If peristaltic movement increases, absorption of certain drugs are not performed. Absorption of certain gastric substances will not be seen, and what happens? It will lead to diarrhea. Peristaltic movement ज़्यादा है तो क्या होगा? The gastric emptying time is very high, and what happens from the small intestines? The substance will not be absorbed properly. Small intestine से absorption होने के लिए gastric contents should stay in that place for a long period of time, right? अगर small intestine के अंदर gastric contents थोड़ा रुकेगा तो क्या होगा? Substances पूरा absorb होने के लिए time लगेगा ना. अगर वो नहीं रुक रहा है, if it is not stopping in small intestines, what happens? Due to increased gastric emptying time or due to increased peristaltic movement, absorption of certain substances is not seen, and it will cause diarrhea, and through that it will decrease the serum concentrations of everything. For example, अब carbohydrates लिए carbohydrate absorb नहीं होगा, proteins amino acids लिए amino acid deficiency होगा. If we are taking drugs, drug is not absorbed properly, so it will lead to subtherapeutic levels. And in all, whatever you take, if gastric emptying time is more or if peristaltic movement is more, it will lead to diarrhea. अब देखो, there is another drug. There are some drugs which are called acetylcholine agonist or cholinomimetics or parasympathomimetics. That all drugs which will increase the activity of acetylcholine directly or indirectly, those all drugs will increase peristaltic movement and they will cause diarrhea. And the exactly opposite drugs, the drugs which will inhibit the actions of acetylcholine, which are particularly called as anticholinergic drugs. Anticholinergic drug के main adverse effect क्या है? What is the main adverse effect of anticholinergic drugs? Constipation. Very good. Why? Because they are very good. They are decreasing the activity of acetylcholine, and through that we are decreasing the peristaltic movement. अब देखो, can anybody tell me the examples of anticholinergic drug? Can anybody tell me one? At least tell me one powerful example which is anticholinergic. Atropine, very good. Atropine. We have atropine, hyoscine, dicyclomine, pyrazipine, ipratropium, ipratropium bromide, tiotropium bromide. All these are anticholinergic drugs. Okay. So if they are given in the GI tract में दिए, या if those drugs elevates in the serum plasma concentration, they will block muscarinic receptor actions, and through that they will stop peristaltic movement, and they will cause कॉन्स्टिपेशन. ओके, एक चीज याद रख लो, एंटीकोलिनर्जिक ड्रग्स एंड along with anticholinergic drugs atropine, we have another very famous drug which is called opioid analgesic. These two drugs, anticholinergic drugs and opioid analgesics, these both the drugs are very famous constipating drugs. कॉन्स्टिपेशन के लिए दो वेरी फेमस ड्रग्स है, एंड इन टुमारोज क्लास आई विल आस्क लिस्ट ऑफ ड्रग्स विच विल कॉज कॉन्स्टिपेशन. वो कल बोलना मेरे को. ओके, लिस्ट ऑफ ड्रग्स विच विल कॉज कॉन्स्टिपेशन. इन दैट टू फेमस ड्रग्स आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड, ऑल anticholinergic drugs or the drugs which will decrease the actions of acetylcholine, and along with that opioid analgesics also will cause constipation. Okay, now you see, अब मजा आएगा. देखो, अब ध्यान से सुनो सब लोग. Everyone should listen very carefully. Now I will try to explain the different etiological causes or etiologies of constipation. constipation के causes देखते. Very important cause of constipation. There is one prenatal or genetic disease which is called Hirschsprung's disease. Have you heard about Hirschsprung's disease? I'll try to write the spelling here. हेयर स्प्रिंग्स HIR, सब लोग कहीं पे लिख लो, हेयर 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 स्प्रिंग्स HIRSHPRINGS, हेयर स्प्रिंग्स सिंड्रोम और हेयर स्प्रिंग्स डिसीज. हैव यू हर्ड अबाउट दिस डिसीज? कभी सुने आप लोग हेयर स्प्रिंग्स डिसीज? सुने कभी भी? आई एम सॉरी. हैव यू हर्ड अबाउट हेयर स्प्रिंग्स डिसीज? नहीं सुने? ओके, ध्यान दो सब लोग. हेयर स्प्रिंग्स डिसीज इज वन कंडीशन. It is one condition where patient patient's rectum, colon, and the last parts of the body are not functional. They are not functional. They are not functional. I'll try to show you the images also. एक minute. I'll try to show you the images. See, what is Hirschsprung's disease? Hirschsprung's disease is one genetic disorder, or it is a neonatal disorder. Immediately after childbirth, what happens? The child will not be properly ejecting or defecating the gastric contents. Gastric contents जो है वो बाहर नहीं निकलता. That why it doesn't happen is because there are certain cells or certain tissues of the anus is not performed with opening. I mean, anus tissue is not opened properly. तो वहाँ पे क्या होगा? गैस्ट्रिक कंटेंट जो भी है दैट विल नॉट बी डिफिकेटेड आउट. सो दैट व्हाट विल हैपन? It will cause many lethal consequences. So in this case, what happens? In this case, the simple and drug of choice or the treatment intervention is bypass surgery. Bypass surgery means not cardiovascular bypass surgery. What we do? We will try to open the colon area, or we will try to cut the part of the tissue where it is affected. वो जो अफेक्टेड एरिया है ना, वहाँ पे क्या करते हैं? वी विल कट द पार्ट्स, एंड थ्रू दैट वी विल कनेक्ट इट डायरेक्टली टू द ओपनिंग. सो थ्रू दैट वी कैन save the patient. Clear? So this is one very very important neonatal genetic disorder which will cause constipation. Hirschsprung's disease समझ गए सब लोग? Hirschsprung's disease you understood everybody? Now you see there is second one. One is Hirschsprung's disease. Just आप बाद में भी वो डिसीज के बारे में डिटेल में you can study. I will be just telling you the causes. And second very important cause is pudendal. Have you heard about pudendal nerve? Pudendal nerve. सुने नाम कभी भी pudendal nerve? Pudendal nerve, the nerve which is particularly located in the large intestines. The nerve which is connected to the large intestines, colon, ileum, rectum, और anus, वो areas में we have one nerve which is connected to these areas. And if patient has pudendal nerve damage, in that patients, what happens? The nerve stimulation is not performed properly to ileum, colon, and rectum, and through that what happens? The peristaltic movement in particular areas, in those areas, in large intestines is not happened, and through that the gastric contents will not be ejected out. So pudendal is the nerve which is located in the large intestine parts of the body. Clear? अगर वो nerve damage हो गया तो क्या हो सकता? पेशेंट को कॉन्स्टिपेशन, क्रॉनिक कॉन्स्टिपेशन आने के चांसेस है. नाउ यू सी, प्यूडेंडल नर्व डैमेज होने के क्या कॉजेस है? व्हाट आर द कॉजेस फॉर प्यूडेंडल नर्व डैमेज? हु विल टेल? व्हाट आर द कॉजेस फॉर प्यूडेंडल नर्व डैमेज? Simple. If patient has injuries, what injuries? If patient has injuries in the spinal cord, if patient has injury in the large intestine areas, if patient has injuries, or if patient has inappropriate surgeries, or if patient has nerve damages. And one very important risk factor and the cause for pudendal nerve damage is diabetic neuropathy. Actually, diabetic complications I have not taken in the lecture. I'll take. Diabetic complications में we have seen only diabetic ketoacidosis. Remaining all concepts are pending. Diabetic retinopathy, diabetic nephropathy, diabetic neuropathy, all these pathies are remaining. Okay, that we will discuss. So here the main cause in pudendal nerve damage is diabetic neuropathy. Diabetic neuropathy में क्या होता? In diabetic neuropathy, simply due to elevated hyperglycemia, due to non-enzymatic entry of glucose into the nerve cells will be damaged and the inactivity of nerve cells can be seen and patient will have neuropathy. Simple. न्यूरोपैथी होती है. अगर ये प्यूडेंडल नर्व के पास न्यूरोपैथी हो गया तो व्हाट हैपेंस डेफिनेटली पेशेंट विल हैव कॉन्स्टिपेशन. ये प्यूडेंडल नर्व एक ही नहीं, not only the damage of pudendal nerve in diabetic neuropathy, if sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves are damaged, okay, if autonomic nerves are damaged, in that conditions also it will cause constipation. Okay, so this is also another cause for pudendal nerve damage. And there is another important cause. Okay, there is another very important cause which is usually क्या बोलते, there is a condition called multiple sclerosis. Have you heard about multiple sclerosis? How many of you heard about multiple sclerosis? Have you heard about multiple sclerosis? Are you all following me? आवाज आ रही? Multiple sclerosis is another condition which will lead to chronic constipation. अब देखो, multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune disease. For example, this is a nerve cell. Okay, it is a nerve cell. Nerve cell has cell body, the dendrites. हर एक सेल के वैसे रहते हैं. It is a typical cell. It is a typical cell. अब तक मैं ऐसे nerves कभी ड्रा नहीं किया. So this nerve cell is usually covered by a myelin sheath. Okay, the nerve cell or the nerve fiber is covered by myelin sheath. Do you know this point? Nerve fibers are covered by myelin sheath. It is a fatty sheath. It is fatty covering. Actually, this myelin sheath, what it does, it will cover or it will protect the movement of neurotransmitter from one part of the nerve fiber to the other part. Particularly, these are seen in sensory nerves. So, in multiple sclerosis, actually, multiple sclerosis is a autoimmune disease condition where the myelin sheath is damaged. Myelin sheath is totally damaged in that multiple sclerosis. Through that, what happens when myelin sheath is damaged, the nerve impulses which transfers from one fiber to the other fiber will not be transferred properly. Depolarization is not occurred properly, and the neurotransmitters will leak out from there. Neurotransmitters nahi, but the information processing neurotransmitters directly, you can say these neurotransmitters will be leaked out and depolarization will not be performed properly. Through that, what happens, the information from one part of the fiber to the other part is not transmitted, and through that it will show all neuronal dysfunctions. So multiple sclerosis is one autoimmune disorder, even that causes severe constipation. See, we have another very similar disease which is called myasthenia gravis. Actually, myasthenia gravis is the condition where nicotinic receptors were damaged, where acetylcholine activity is not shown. acetylcholine activity क्या करेगा? acetylcholine activity डायरिया कॉज करेगा, बट myasthenia gravis में क्या होगा? acetylcholine activity नहीं दिखेगी because all nicotinic receptors and particularly nicotinic receptors were destroyed or damaged by some autoantibodies. Through that, what happens? It will cause all limited depolarization activities and muscles will be relaxed, particularly skeletal muscles will be relaxed. Patient can't perform activity. Patient can't run properly. Patient can't open eyelids properly. Patient will not raise their hands properly. Patient can't swallow food items properly. Or sometimes patient also will have constipation. Actually, multiple sclerosis is the condition where patient will have, in multiple sclerosis patient will have constipation, and in myasthenia gravis it is rarely seen, but यहाँ पे भी दिख सकता है. So this is another neurological disorder where patient will face constipation. Clear? Now you see, there is another very, very important disease condition where patient will have constipation. Is there is a condition called rectal prolapse. Rectal prolapse. Have you heard about rectal prolapse? Rectal prolapse सुने? कोई सुने? Have you heard about rectal prolapse? देखो, ये लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन है. दिस इज लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन. ओके, दिस इज अपेंडिक्स. ओके, अब देखो, ये लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन में हियर वी हैव rectal area. In rectal area, actually the ending part, the opening is called anus, right? Opening is called anus, and just above the anus we have rectum. This is rectum. This part is called rectum. Sometimes what happens, the rectal tissue, this rectal tissue will be exposed out. This rectal tissue will expose out. That is called rectal prolapse. And due to rectal prolapse, what happens, the anal opening or the anal sphincter will be closed. The anal opening is permanently closed. Due to this, due to the closure or due to the obstruction of rectal tissue, due to rectal prolapse, patient will have constipation. Patient will have constipation. Clear? And for rectal, see, the rectal prolapse is very similar to hemorrhoids, but there is a slight difference. देखो, I'll try to show you rectal prolapse. This condition is called rectal prolapse, and rectal prolapse what it does, it will cause obstruction in the anal region, and through that it will cause constipation. Yes. So these are, till now what we have seen, we have seen about pudendal nerve damage condition, we have seen other nerve disorders, we have seen rectal prolapse, and we have seen Hirschsprung's disease. So all these are related to perfectly they are related to intestinal disorders, intestinal or internal disorders, intestinal disorders. Now other than intestinal disorders, we have some other causes for constipation. आप फटाफट बोलो, other causes you have to tell. Someone was telling poor diet, poor diet में what poor diet? In poor diet, what kind of poor diet? Very good, less intake of water, very good, very low water. In poor diet, everything will come: low intake of water and low intake of fibers, and and yes, anybody, what other causes we have in poor diet? Large intake of calories, okay, large intake of calories, and lot of meat, lot of animal meat. Why lot of animal meat? Because animal meat will not contain fibers. And one more point, very limited food, very limited food, very limited food. जितना भी खाते नहीं खाते, खाली बिस्किट एंड चॉकलेट पे रहते रहते थोड़े लोग, like me. Okay, even that also may cause constipation. Lack of water, limited water, limited fibers, okay, and increased animal diet, okay, decreased food content, quantity, not quality, quantity, decreased quantity, okay. And sometimes a lot of caffeine, actually caffeine causes elevated gastrointestinal motility, but sometimes excess caffeine causes diuresis, and this diuresis will again lead to dehydration, and this dehydration will cause constipation. याद रख लो, excess use of caffeine causes constipation also. That is one important point. Okay, and there is another. So these are some diet related causes of constipation. पानी नहीं पिए तो भी होगा, and water and fibers are very important. And in our diet, every diet should contain 40% of fibers for healthy gastrointestinal healthiness. We have to take at least 40% of fibers. जो कंटेंट्स अपन खाते हैं उसमें 40% फाइबर्स रहना. सो फाइबर रिच फूड्स क्या है? What are fiber rich foods? We have vegetables, all plant sources. Yes, all plant sources, cellulose containing all plant sources are containing rich amount of fibers. And many researchers are telling, if patient takes lot of fibers, patient's GI tract is always healthy. Patient will neither face diarrhea, patient will neither face constipation, and patient also will not cause gastrointestinal cancers. Gastrointestinal cancer, rectal cancer, rectal tumors, we have बहुत सारे tumors, we have different tumors, ileum tumors, colon tumors. So all those tumors are not possible if patient takes 40% of fibers. Okay, this is very important. And in fruits also, every day if patient takes whole fruits, not fruit juices, patient has to take whole fruit. अगर कोई सेब खा रहा, या if patient is taking grapes or if any fruit, patient has to take whole fruit. उसकी जो भी ऊपर का pulp and all, what we say, the outer what we say, the unpulpy tissues are there, no, वो सब खा लेना. That contains lot of fibers. Okay, so 40% of fibers are important. चलो देखो, ये poor diet के sources है, poor diet के causes है. Now you see, other than this, there is a condition called irritant bowel syndrome or inflammatory bowel syndrome. Particularly it is irritant bowel syndrome. This condition also causes constipation. And there is another condition, pregnancy. Why pregnancy conditions will cause constipation? Anybody from the class? प्रेगनेंसी में कॉन्स्टिपेशन हो सकता है या नहीं? एनीबडी फ्रॉम द क्लास? प्रेगनेंसी में कॉन्स्टिपेशन हो सकता है या नहीं? इज इट पॉसिबल? इफ पॉसिबल, exactly, simple. Due to the fetus formation, the fetus will try to push the gastric contents upwards. That means due to the obstruction or due to constriction, patient will face patient will face constipation. Very simple. वो morphological इतना ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. इट इज़ वेरी कॉमन. सिटिंग पोजिशन और लाइंग पोजिशन थोड़ा अल्टर कर लिए तो इट इज़ वेरी ईजी. इट इज़ नॉट ए बिग प्रॉब्लम. ओके. एंड सीवियर डिहाइड्रेशन ऑल्सो कॉजेज कॉन्स्टिपेशन. पानी नहीं पिए तो भी, और पानी ज़्यादा लॉस हो गया बॉडी में से, इवन दैट ऑल्सो कॉजेज कॉन्स्टिपेशन. एंड देर इज अनदर सिचुएशन. इफ पेशेंट इज नॉट मूविंग, इमोबिलिटी. देखो, देर आर सम पेशेंट्स हु आर परफॉर्म्ड विथ सम सर्जरीज, और पेशेंट्स विथ पैरालिसिस, और सम पेशेंट्स विथ अदर क्रॉनिक डिसफंक्शन डिसऑर्डर्स और फ्रैक्चर्स. और इन दैट कंडीशन क्या है, पेशेंट एक जगह पे हिलतेज नहीं रहता. पेशेंट विल नॉट फ्रो वन ऑन द बेड. From the bed, patient will not be moving. So in that case also gastric motility deteriorates and it may cause constipation. और एक very 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 important cause is there. See, when patient is having anxiety or due to lack of privacy. अपने को देखो, अभी एक रूम में 4 to 5 students are staying, or if in a room 4 to 5 members are staying, privacy, lack of privacy के वजह से the student or the person will not get sufficient time for going to the washroom. तो उसके वजह से भी पेशेंट को अर्जेंट आते रहता, द स्टूडेंट को अर्जेंट आते रहता, बट ऑलरेडी बाथरूम में और एक आदमी रहता. सो व्हाट हैपेंस, ही विल स्टॉप, शी विल स्टॉप फॉर सम टाइम, एंड इफ दैट स्टॉप्स, दैट विल इंक्रीज द रीअब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ गैस्ट्रिक कंटेंट्स एंड स्टूल्स विल बी हार्डन्ड. स्टूल्स एक बार हार्ड हो गए तो क्या होगा, फिर दैट पेशेंट परमानेंटली स्टॉप हो जाएगा, और 2-3 दिन तक वो कंडीशन ऐसे ही प्रोलॉन्ग होगा. इवन दैट इज ऑल्सो वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉज फॉर कॉन्स्टिपेशन. लैक ऑफ प्राइवेसी, याद रख लो. अगर कोई भी पेशेंट कॉन्स्टिपेशन से आ रहा है, सो यू हैव टू आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन आल्सो, लैक ऑफ प्राइवेसी. ओके, सो दिस इज अनदर रीजन फॉर कॉन्स्टिपेशन. एंड all kinds of neuropathies, just now I told, diabetic neuropathy, multiple sclerosis, if patient has myasthenia gravis, or if patient has parkinsonism. अगर पेशेंट को पार्किंसंस डिसीज है, इन दैट कंडीशन आल्सो पेशेंट विल हैव कॉन्स्टिपेशन. And one very very important disease condition, hypothyroidism. क्या है? Hypothyroidism. Who will tell why hypothyroidism will cause constipation? Anybody from the class? लो मेटाबॉलिज्म. ओके, लो मेटाबॉलिज्म, उसका क्या डायरेक्ट रिलेशन है? सी, hypothyroidism condition is that condition where patient will have very low amount of T3 and T4. In last class I told you T3 and T4 are having high sensitivity to adrenaline and noradrenaline activity. And previously just I told the autonomic nerves or the nerves which will try to maintain the peristaltic movement. See, एक चीज सब लोग याद रख लो, सिंपैथेटिक नर्व्स के अंदर एड्रेनालिन रहता करके वी हैव स्टडीड, एंड इन पैरासिम्पैथेटिक नर्व्स acetylcholine is the main neurotransmitter करके we have studied. But one thing you have to remember, in sympathetic nerves, in presynaptic nerves, acetylcholine is also one neurotransmitter. ये चीज़ कभी नहीं भूलना. So sympathetic activity बढ़ने से गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टिनल ट्रैक्ट के ऊपर पेरिस्टाल्टिक मूवमेंट बढ़ जाएगी. लेट मी रिपीट द पॉइंट. Over sympathetic activity on GI tract also can cause diarrhea, and low activity of sympathetic system on GI tract can cause constipation. हाइपोथायराइडिज्म में क्या एक्शन है? हाइपोथायराइडिज्म में सिंपैथेटिक एक्टिविटी कम हो जाएगा. am I right? हाइपोथायराइडिज्म में सिंपैथेटिक एक्टिविटी कम हो जाएगा, एंड थ्रू दैट इट विल कॉज कॉन्स्टिपेशन. कभी भी याद रख लो, only acetylcholine is not causing peristaltic dysfunction. Both sympathetic nerves also leading to dysfunction in peristaltic movement. Okay, so hypothyroidism में constipation हो रहा है, और hyperthyroidism में क्या होता, बोलो? Hyperthyroidism, very good, peristaltic movement will be increased due to elevated actions of sympathetic activity. Clear? So hypothyroidism is another condition where patient will develop constipation. I think I covered most of the causes which causes कॉन्स्टिपेशन। यहाँ पे एक एक चीज़ आई डिडेंट एक्सप्लेन, आई स्किप्ड अबाउट द ड्रग्स विच विल कॉज कॉन्स्टिपेशन, उसके लिस्ट टुमारो यू हैव टू टेल। इन ड्रग्स मेनली you have to concentrate acetylcholine or cholinomimetic drugs, and the drugs which are opioid analgesics, these both drugs will try to decrease the peristaltic movement. देखो, I want to add one point here about opioid analgesics. खाली 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 कहाँ है? हाँ, सुनो सब लोग, about opioids we will discuss in next classes. One thing, opioid drugs are they will act on kappa mu receptors of the body. Okay, they are analgesic agents and endogenous opioids भी अपने body में रहते. On GI tract, what is the actions of opioids? On GI tract, what will be the actions of opioids? देखो, here from here we have one sphincter here, we have one sphincter here, we have one more sphincter here. GI tract में बहुत सारे sphincters रहते, and finally we have one more sphincter here, right? Here we have final anal sphincter. So opioids, what they do? Opioids will relax the gastrointestinal smooth muscles. They will relax gastrointestinal smooth muscles, and they will contract sphincter muscles. They will contract sphincter muscles and they will relax gastric smooth muscles. तो देखो, gastric contents from this large intestine बाहर निकलने के लिए we need peristaltic movement. Peristaltic movement कब होगी? When the gastric smooth muscles are contracting. When gastric smooth muscle contracts, the gastric contents will move from one place to another place, and along with that the sphincters should be relaxed. कभी भी मूवमेंट होने के लिए क्या चाहिए? गैस्ट्रिक स्पिंक्टर्स रिलैक्स होना और स्मूथ मसल्स कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होना. बट ओपिएट्स क्या कर रहे हैं? ओपिएट्स आर रिलैक्सिंग गैस्ट्रिक स्मूथ मसल्स एंड इट इज कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग दिस स्पिंक्टर्स. स्पिंक्टर टोन बढ़ा दे रहा, दैट मीन्स स्पिंक्टर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर देना. आर यू ऑल फॉलोइंग? डिड यू ऑल अंडरस्टूड दिस पॉइंट? So due to this action, opioids will cause constipation. Opioids will cause constipation. Direct action रहता है GI tract के ऊपर. Okay, चलो. So these are different causes for constipation. अब whatever the causes, congenital causes है, genetic causes है, morphological causes है, drug related causes है, and dietary causes we have. Okay, and if patient doesn't take proper water, even that causes, and neurological disorders we have causes. So all these different causes will cause constipation. अब देखो, किसी भी एक पेशेंट में कॉन्स्टिपेशन है, पेशेंट इज हैविंग द सिम्टम ऑफ कॉन्स्टिपेशन. नाउ यू टेल मी, कॉन्स्टिपेशन इज ए डिसीज और ए सिम्टम? कॉन्स्टिपेशन सिम्टम, इट इज जस्ट ए सिम्टम, इट इज नॉट ए डिसीज. दिस कॉन्स्टिपेशन आने के लिए, ये सिम्टम आने के लिए, वी हैव सो मेनी डिसीजेस, देर आर सो मेनी कॉजेस. सो टू ट्रीट दिस सिम्टम we have to give symptomatic treatment. Okay, first we have to go with symptomatic treatment. अगर symptomatic treatment relieve हो गया, then we have to go with the underlying cause. अगर अपन starting में underlying cause treat करना देखेंगे, what will happen? Underlying cause treat होने के लिए it takes lot of time. Till then what happens? Constipation aggravate हो जाएगा और patient को फिर से lethal consequences आ जाएंगे. Always if patient's condition is symptomatic, we have to treat symptom first. अब देखो, किसी भी patient में angina है, angina is the symptom, it is not a disease. Angina is caused due to coronary artery disease. So first, will you treat coronary artery disease or angina? We have to treat angina. Okay, in the same way here also the symptom is constipation. We have to treat constipation. और थोड़े patients में देखो, patient will have shortness of breath. Shortness of breath के बहुत सारे causes है. Our first ultimate goal is to treat the symptom. Underlying cause बाद में देख लेंगे. Okay, चलो अब देखो, constipation is a symptom which is caused by different disorders or dysfunctions, and all the causes we have already discussed. Now to treat this symptom, what strategies we have in the hospital? constipation treat करने के लिए hospital में क्या strategies है अपने पास? Anybody from the class, what strategies? Okay, someone is telling laxative, very good. और एनिमास आजकल कोई नहीं देते, एनिमास ज़्यादा नहीं सजेस्ट करते, लैक्सेटिव्स. ओके, सुनो फर्स्ट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट, बेस्ड ऑन द कॉज. फर्स्ट स्ट्रैटेजी इज बेस्ड ऑन द कॉज. अब देखो एक चीज़, अगर पेशेंट को न्यूरोलॉजिकल कॉज है, अगर पेशेंट को न्यूरोलॉजिकल कॉज है तो वहाँ पे ट्रीटमेंट स्ट्रेटजी अलग होगी। अगर पेशेंट को अगर पेशेंट को हियर स्प्रिंग्स डिसीज़ है, अगर पेशेंट को हियर स्प्रिंग्स डिसीज़ है, वहाँ पे आप जो बोल रहे हैं एनीमा लाक्जेटिव कुछ भी दिए तो भी वहाँ पे यूज़ नहीं होगा, सर्जिकल ट्रीटमेंट ही करना है। सो फर्स्ट व्हाट वी हैव टू गो विथ बेस्ड ऑन द स्पेसिफिक कॉज। अगर पेशेंट को कॉन्स्टिपेशन इज देयर ड्यू टू लैक ऑफ वाटर, so what will you do you will advise to take lot of water. If patient has constipation due to drugs, what you will do, you will go with antagonizing drugs, इसकी ड्रग एक्टिविटी जो है इसको एंटागोनाइज करने के ड्रग्स, एंटीडोट्स जो भी है वो दैट विल गो. इफ पेशेंट हैज़ एनी अदर साइकोलॉजिकल कंडीशन लाइक पेशेंट को प्रेगनेंसी है, पेशेंट को न्यूरोपैथी है, या पेशेंट को समटाइम्स जस्ट नाउ आई टोल्ड लैक ऑफ प्राइवेसी अगर वो दैट कॉजेज ऑल्सो वी हैव टू टेक इन टू कंसिडरेशन. एंड समटाइम्स ट्रैवलिंग पेशेंट विल बी इन ट्रैवलिंग पेशेंट्स को भी पेशेंट को कॉन्स्टिपेशन आ जाता. ट्रैवलिंग में पेशेंट विल बी कहाँ पे जाना वॉशरूम के लिए, पेशेंट विल नॉट हैव प्रॉपर टाइम, पेशेंट विल बी इन दी टेंस, पेशेंट विल बी इन एंग्जाइटी. ओके, ट्रैवलिंग में बस पे जाते रहते, ट्रेन में जाते रहते, शर्म करते रहते बाथरूम जाने के लिए, ये सब चीज़ें होती. सो इन ट्रैवलिंग इज ऑल्सो वन सिंपल कॉज. सो बेस्ड ऑन द कॉज वी हैव टू ट्रीट द पेशेंट. अब देखो वट एवर द कॉज इज, इफ पेशेंट इज हैविंग सर्जिकल इंटरवेंशन, इन दैट केसेस वी हैव टू गो सर्जिकल इंटरवेंशन करना. अब देखो ये सर्जिकल इंटरवेंशन नहीं है पेशेंट को, इट इज अदर देन गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टिनल कॉज, अदर देन गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टिनल कॉज. सो व्हाट ऑप्शंस वी हैव वेरी वेरी इफेक्टिव लैक्सेटिव्स, वी हैव लैक्सेटिव्स. इन लैक्सेटिव्स सब लोग ध्यान दो यहाँ पे, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. द ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ चॉइस, द ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ चॉइस इन कॉन्स्टिपेशन अदर देन गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टिनल कॉजेस. गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टिनल कॉजेस क्या है? प्यूडेंटल नर्व डैमेज इज गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टिनल कॉज, rectal prolapse is gastrointestinal cause, and Hirschsprung's disease is gastrointestinal cause. वो condition में laxatives are not preferred, but other than those gastrointestinal causes, laxatives are causes. I told poor diet, lack of fiber, lack of water, excess caffeine, hypothyroidism, diabetic diseases, Parkinson's, pregnancy, dehydration, immobility, ये सब बोले थे ना इससे पहले. वो causes के, in that causes laxatives or drug of choice. And in laxatives what we have 4 to 5 different categories. In that number one laxative we have bulk forming laxative. Bulk forming laxatives means what this will do, if patient is not taking food properly, food properly means very patient is taking very less quantity of food, तो वहाँ पे क्या होगा, गैस्ट्रिक कंटेंट्स फॉर्म होगा ही नहीं, जो खा रहे वो पूरा ऑब्जर्व हो जा रहा. फाइबर कहाँ है वहाँ पे, कुछ है ना अंदर, अंदर कुछ है तो निकलेगा ना. तो इन दैट केसेस व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, वी हैव टू गो विथ बल्क फार्मिंग लैक्सेटिव्स. एंड कैन एनीवन गिव मी द एग्जांपल्स ऑफ बल्क फार्मिंग लैक्सेटिव्स? Anybody? Bisacodyl is not bulk farming laxative. Isfagula, someone told इससे पहले, isfagula, and we have methyl cellulose, and we have all bulk farming what we say fibers. In hospitals isfagula and methyl cellulose are bulk farming laxatives. ये दिए तो कौन से कंडीशन में ये देना bulk farming laxative? If patient is taking very less amount of food, if patient's gastric contents are not filled, in that cases we have to go with bulk farming laxatives. Number two, देखो number two we have stimulant laxatives. यहाँ पे the stimulant laxatives, they will form bulk in the feces and also they will stimulate the gastric motility. Stimulant laxatives what they do, bulk farming के साथ साथ स्टिमुलेट करेगा किसको, गैस्ट्रिक मोटिलिटी को स्टिमुलेट करेगा, पेरिस्टाल्टिक मूवमेंट को स्टिमुलेट करेगा. कैन एनीवन टेल मी द स्टिमुलेंट laxatives, anybody from the class? Someone told there is a drug called bisacodyl. याद है आप लोगों को? bisacodyl is the, yes, ये क्लासिफिकेशन याद रख लो सब लोग, केस सॉल्व करने के लिए यूज होगा. laxatives are very effective drugs for constipation, right? कौन से constipation में? non gastrointestinal causes like obstruction वगैरह कुछ नहीं है तो In that cases, laxatives are drug of choice. In that, first one is bulk forming laxative, second one is stimulant laxative. In stimulant laxatives we have bisacodyl. What bisacodyl does, you know, bisacodyl is available in oral tablet forms, and it is also available in suppository. It is also available in suppository. Actually छोटे बच्चे में suppository देते. So what it does, bisacodyl will go and it will irritate, it will cause irritation in the colonic tissues, and through that it will increase the peristaltic movement and it will cause defecation. So along with bisacodyl we have other stimulants. There is a drug called senna. There is a drug called senna, senna. This is also irritant. And we have dantrone. Actually senna and dantrone are not commonly used. सबसे ज़्यादा bisacodyl is very famous drug for constipation. Okay, bisacodyl is very common drug used for constipation. चलो सुनो, आप देखो, the third class of laxatives we have osmotic laxatives. ये सब सुने आप लोग, you might have already studied osmotic laxatives. Osmotic laxatives में examples क्या है? Osmotic laxatives में examples क्या है? Anybody from the class? Someone told, हाँ lactulose, very important drug, lactulose. SSG hospital में कौन कौन देखे lactulose? How many of you have seen lactulose? You might have already seen lactulose. लो lactulose granules में आएगा and it is available in solution form. It is used as oral solution. lactulose और milk में ऐड करके पीने के भी मिलेंगे, बहुत सारे हैं. lactulose के पाउडर फॉर्म में मिलेगा, सिरप फॉर्म में मिलेगा, सस्पेंशन फॉर्म में मिलेगा. lactulose is osmotic laxative. Along with lactulose we have magnesium salts. Someone told magnesium citrate, magnesium chloride, magnesium salts रहते. Magnesium salts also will work as osmotic laxatives. And along with magnesium salts we have sodium citrate. सुने नाम सोडियम सिट्रेट एनीमा करके आता है एक ड्रग, सोडियम सिट्रेट एनीमा. Even that is also osmotic laxative. And sodium citrate is not only used as laxative in bulk, sodium citrate is also useful in the laboratories as anticoagulant. याद है आप लोगों को? सोडियम सिट्रेट, सोडियम इडेट, सोडियम ऑक्सलेट करके आता. We have three forms: sodium citrate, sodium iodate, and sodium oxalate. Na, not N, it's Na, sodium citrate. Okay, anyways, चलो, तो osmotic laxatives के अंदर lactulose is very famous drug and very cheap drug. Lactulose is the disaccharide. Lactulose is not absorbed from GI tract. So here osmotic laxative के साथ lactulose will act like bulk forming laxative. Osmotic laxative के साथ lactulose क्या करेगा? Bulk forming laxative जैसा भी act करेगा. And due to this reason lactulose is very commonly used. It is very less toxic. It is not absorbed. It is showing osmotic activity. ये osmotic activity means क्या होगा यहाँ पे? All the secretions from the gastrointestinal tract के actually extravascular tissue से fluid खींच लेगा अंदर. तो क्या होगा? Fluid ज़्यादा हो जाएगा अंदर. And through that softening of the stools can be seen. And bulk forming तो already है. And one more is it is a non-absorbable component. Through that advantages, lactulose is very commonly used in the hospitals. Due to lactulose is having many advantages. याद रख लो एक चीज़, सबसे सेफ है, absorb नहीं होगा, और 2-3 actions है उसके. Clear? And finally there are some other laxatives. The fourth category of laxatives में we have fecal softeners और softening laxatives. fecal softeners में क्या क्या है बोलो, कोई बोल रहे थे मेरे को. fecal softeners में we have, कौन बोलेगा? liquid paraffin और yes, we have castor oil. Very good, castor oil. We have castor oil and Dowsett sodium. There is a drug called Dowsett sodium. ये नहीं यूज़ करते ज़्यादा. Dowsett sodium, it is also a softener. Okay. और all oily substance, सबसे ज़्यादा liquid paraffin भी absorb नहीं होगा, and it will soften the stool hardening conditions में ज़्यादा देते, और easily patient can defecate the stools from the body. So these are different categories of suppositories, laxatives and enemas. सबसे important lactulose याद रख लो. And these laxatives are drug of choice in non-gastrointestinal disorders. Okay, and based on cause we have to treat the patient. ये सब चीज़ें याद रख लो. समझ में आ गया यहाँ तक? अब देखो, we'll go back to the case. We will go back to this case. Now let me solve this case. See, I think you have already gone through this case. Mr. John, 30, he is in 30s, okay, a man in his 30s asks to speak to the pharmacist. He has constipation and has taken some medicine. He was having constipation and he has taken medicine. क्या मेडिसिन लिया था? लैक्टुलोज लिया था. अरे सबसे पावरफुल और सबसे अच्छी ड्रग ले लिया बंदा, लैक्टुलोज. बट ही इज स्टिल फाइंडिंग इट डिफिकल्ट टू गो टू द टॉयलेट. दैट मीन्स ही इज पेशेंट इज नॉट अफेक्टिव विथ लैक्टुलोज. ही आस्क्स फॉर ए स्ट्रॉन्गर लैक्जेटिव. ये लैक्टुलोज खाने के बाद भी पेशेंट को क्या है, डिफिकेशन नहीं हुआ. तो आप इस पेशेंट को कैसा ट्रीट करोगे? हाउ विल यू ट्रीट दिस पेशेंट? Can anyone tell me how to treat this patient? Patient is in 30s. See, patient is in 30. That means he is not having any gastrointestinal disorder or morphological disorder or obstruction. कुछ भी नहीं है. नंबर वन, पेशेंट को कॉज के वजह से देखा गया तो सर्जिकल इंटरवेंशन करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज प्रीवियसली ही वॉज हैविंग गुड कंडीशन. ये सडनली आया है, दिस कॉन्स्टिपेशन ही गॉट सडनली. दैट मीन्स उसमें कॉज क्या हो सकता है? वन इज dehydration and diet, all dietary causes. One thing, all dietary causes is possible, and drug related causes also is possible. Drugs also may aggravate constipation. Okay, और दूसरे causes क्या है? दूसरे causes क्या है? Yes, शिवानी. Anxiety, yes, very good. Anxiety होने के chances है. We have to ask the patient whether he is traveling or not. We have to ask the patient कुछ घर में difficulty है या not. All these things we have to inquire. अगर ये सब इंक्वायरी करने के बाद what he will do, if patient's diet is not good, prefer high fiber food and prefer lot of water. Simple. अगर पेशेंट को कुछ ड्रग रिलेटेड कॉजेस है, एडवाइज हिम टू स्टॉप दोज ड्रग्स. ओके, अगर एंग्जाइटी, न्यूरोलॉजिकल डिसऑर्डर या कुछ है तो दैट अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट वी विल ट्रीट. इफ पेशेंट इज नॉट हैविंग एनी ऑफ द कंडीशन, इफ पेशेंट इज नॉट हैविंग एनी ऑफ द कंडीशन बट पेशेंट इज हैविंग कॉन्स्टिपेशन, तो आप ये पेशेंट में अब कैसा ट्रीट करोगे? लैक्टोलोज लिया, एक्शन नहीं दिखा, तो क्या करोगे? सी, actually one very important point you have to remember, when lactulose or any laxatives are given, when laxatives are given, laxative काम करने के लिए it should require 8 to 12 hours. It requires 8 to 12 hours to show its action. इमीडिएट एक्शन चाहिए अपने को, तो अपन क्या करते हैं? इरिटेंट लैक्जेटुस, वी हैव इरिटेंट लैक्जेटुस और स्टिमुलेंट लैक्जेटुस. इन स्टिमुलेंट लैक्जेटुस वी हैव बिसाकोडाइल सपोजिटरी, ये दे सकते हैं इमीडिएट के लिए. बट ओरली अगर यहाँ पे लैक्टुलोज भी दिए, लैक्टुलोज एक्शन दिखने के लिए इट रिक्वायर्स 8 to 12 आवर्स. तो आप पेशेंट को बोलना आप लैक्टुलोज कब लिए थे. अगर पेशेंट बोलेगा लैक्टुलोज 2-3 घंटे पहले ही लिया था करके अगर बोला, तो क्या करना? चुपचाप जाओ और 8 घंटे 10 घंटे वेट करो, उसके बाद आ जाएगा करके बोलना. अगर पेशेंट टेल्स दैट ही हैज टेकन लैक्टुलोज एंड इट्स बीन ऑलरेडी 8 to 12 आवर्स, then what will you suggest is we can suggest stimulant laxatus. We can suggest stimulant laxatus, another stimulant laxatus. एक्चुअली यहाँ पे देखो, ये लैक्टुलोज क्या है? लैक्टुलोज इज नॉट स्टिमुलेंट. लैक्टुलोज इज नॉट स्टिमुलेंट. आपने कौन से कैटेगरी में पढ़े थे लैक्टुलोज? ऑस्मोटिक लैक्जेटिव. इट इज ऑस्मोटिक लैक्जेटिव. नाउ इन दिस पेशेंट, if patient's duration is already finished with 8 to 12 hours, then what we can suggest in this patient, simply after checking all patients condition, अगर सब ठीक ठाक है, खाना माना खाना, डिहाइड्रेशन वगैरह कुछ भी नहीं है, तो सिंपली वी विल सजेस्ट वन स्टिमुलेंट लैक्जेटिव. इन स्टिमुलेंट लैक्जेटिव सिंपली वी कैन गो विद बिस्कोडाइल. अगर पेशेंट को साइंस एंड सिम्टम्स दिख रहे हैं, इफ पेशेंट इज हैविंग सीवियर नॉसिया, प्रूराइटिस, अब्डोमिनल डिस्टेंशन, अब्डोमिनल पेन, वो सब दिख रहे हैं और टॉक्सिटी दिख रही है, पेशेंट को एक बार क्या होता, कन्फ्यूजन हो जाता, अमोनिया बढ़ के एन्सेफेलाइटिस हो जाता पेशेंट को, एन्सेफलोपैथी हो जाता पेशेंट को. इवन दैट इज द कॉम्प्लिकेशन एक्चुअली. अगर ऐसे कुछ लग रहे हैं तो क्या करना? इमीडिएटली वी हैव टू गो विथ बिसाकोडाइल सपोजिटरी दे देना. 1-2 सपोजिटरीज रेक्टम के अंदर इंसर्ट कर देना. और वी हैव टू, खुद पेशेंट नहीं इंसर्ट कर पाएगा, बट व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, वी हैव टू इंसर्ट दी 1 to 2 suppositories of bisacodyl. Okay, I think in first year you might have already synthesized suppositories and pessaries, right? Suppositories, pessaries prepare करे हैं आप लोग? Prepare करे? Yes or no? You prepared, no? Yes. So in this patient, simply you will go with stimulants. आफ्टर चेकिंग ऑल दी कंडीशन. सो कभी भी ट्रीटमेंट देखो, नायक सर पढ़ा रहे थे, अब पेशेंट को लैक्टोलोज दिए, लैक्टोलोज के बाद अगर नहीं काम किया तो स्टिमुलेंट दे दो बोले, ऐसा नहीं है. हर एक पेशेंट के कंडीशन के हिसाब से ट्रीटमेंट देना. इन ट्रीटमेंट सजेशन ऑलवेज टेक प्रॉपर हिस्ट्री ऑफ द पेशेंट. And for individualizing the therapy, proper history and proper past medical history is very very important. अगर past medical history और history बराबर नहीं लिए तो treatment बराबर से नहीं दे सकते अपन. And physicians and all these people, they don't have time to take proper history. Proper history, proper examination करने के लिए 1 घंटा लगेगा. Do you know this point? It takes at least 1 hour time to take proper history of the patient and proper examination of the patient. Next classes में I will start with how to do general examination, how to do oral examination, how to do abdominal examination, how to do peripheral dermal examination, neurological examination कैसे करते, vaginal examination कैसे करते, urethral examination कैसे करते, ये सब अपन next classes में देखेंगे. Okay, और बहुत सारे interesting चीज़ें देखना है, and many more things are waiting for us. Okay, so I think you understood this case. Clear everybody? इसमें कुछ doubt है या do you want to suggest anything else in this? Anybody from the class? Yes or बोलो. कोई नहीं है? Nothing to suggest. Shall I go to next case?